Hey there everyone, my name is Brendan and welcome back to the Crypto 101 channel. Today's January 17th, 2024, and man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the great world of cryptocurrency. But most notably, there's a big old fake out coming in from the TradFi side of things. Now specifically, there are two public figures that I want to talk about, but I also want to explain how to avoid this massive bear trap that they are setting out. Now, clearly, there's a lot of bullish things to talk about as well. So we're going to take a look at the prices. We're going to take a look at the rest of the news because even though the crypto market had a little bit of a dip here off the highs, it is still looking really primed for the rest of this year to the upside. And that's kind of the point that I want to make in today's video. So if that does interest you, make sure you stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. And that being said, let's go ahead and kick things off here. What is this giant fake out that I'm talking about? And there's two names that come to my mind with Jamie Dimon and Vanguard. Now you might be saying, hey Brendan, I thought JP Morgan has been pretty optimistic on crypto recently. I mean, most of TradFi has been, so why is Jamie Dimon and Vanguard maybe not bullish on crypto? Well, you'd be kind of right about that. I mean, ironically enough, JP Morgan is pretty optimistic on crypto's future. I mean, they're constantly in the news and across a bunch of different articles being like, hey, they see significant growth in crypto. They are here for the future of it, whether it's the Bitcoin ETFs or something else. And this is just another one of those articles saying JP Morgan sees significant capital from existing crypto products pouring into the new Bitcoin spot ETFs. Other peoples are saying that it could attract up to 36 billion with a B in inflows into some of these ETFs, such as the Grayscale ETF, BlackRock, etc. So then we go over to stuff like this, and it's the CEO of JP Morgan saying, don't get involved with Bitcoin, despite his company getting involved with Bitcoin. And with Vanguard, it's not all that different. Vanguard over here is saying, hey, we're not going to let our clients buy the new Bitcoin ETFs. We don't believe in them, yada, yada, whatever it is. They don't want their clients to have access to the Bitcoin ETFs. However, when you go and you look at what Vanguard is holding, they are directly tied to the crypto markets. I mean, there's really no other way to say it, between whether it's miners or even things like MicroStrategy. And remember that MicroStrategy is one of the largest Bitcoin holders in the world. They hold so much Bitcoin. It is wild. And so here Vanguard is saying, hey, we actually don't think our clients should be having their hands on Bitcoin, but they are among, where is this? They are among the largest shareholders that are indirectly exposed to Bitcoin. So if they are one of the largest shareholders of MicroStrategy, and MicroStrategy is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin, then they have exposure to Bitcoin, but they won't let their clients have exposure to Bitcoin. So when I'm talking about a fake out here, you'll see headlines like the CEO of JP Morgan doesn't think that people should be involved with Bitcoin. Vanguard doesn't think that their client should be involved with Bitcoin. Yet JP Morgan's company is involved with Bitcoin, and Vanguard's company is also very tied to the Bitcoin space, to the crypto space, because of just how much they own. So what is the fake out here? Well, the fake out here is that while most of TradFi is now becoming very fond of the crypto space. I mean, you look at BlackRock, you look at Van Eyck, you look at Fidelity, you look at Invesco, the list goes on. There's a lot of players in the TradFi space who are now very optimistic on crypto. And the ones who are saying that they aren't, they're saying one thing and doing the other in the background. So that would just be my little word of advice over here. And then from the kind of bullish side of things, that I would say is the more bullish news, is that Coinbase is still fighting the SEC to try to get clear regulation. And this has been something that they have been trying to clarify for such a long time, and Gary has been fighting tooth and nail against this. Now, why this is, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want institutional money more involved than they already are. But if crypto can get more institutional and regulatory clarity, then that would allow the big players in the space, the big fish, to invest and work with crypto projects on a more regular basis. Now, kind of piggybacking off this news, it's not related to Bitcoin, but earlier this year, Solana had its official release of the Solana Saga. Now, this was their mobile phone. this was something that was a big deal. It sold out almost instantly, and it got a ton of attention. They're now coming out and saying, hey, we actually want to do a second round of crypto smartphones, which is something that they're now looking into and officially announcing and releasing to the public. People are already going crazy over this. And I believe originally they did around 20,000 of the Solana saga. And people are now saying this time around that they hope that they do 100,000 of this new Solana phone. So we'll have to wait and see. I know that the people who got these things are earning a ton of money in like airdrops and farms and NFTs and a bunch of other stuff as well. So it was pretty well received. I know that there was some pessimism on how the phone was built and maybe how the distribution was handled. But the people who actually got these things, I actually have a couple friends who managed to get their hands on them. And they are really enjoying the profits that they have gotten from them already. Again, it's not sponsored by Solana, but just from the public feedback that I have seen, it has been pretty well received. Now, on the chart side of things, everything's a little bit different. You know, we're coming off these highs over here on Bitcoin. Even if we go over to Ethereum is kind of coming off these highs. But this chart, despite falling recently in here in price, it's not all that bearish. And let me explain why. You know, Bitcoin rejected the high, but it fell right back down to its primary support line over here. We've already seen Bitcoin bounce off this once, twice, 3, 4, 5, now 6 different times. This has been a crucial level for Bitcoin to hold, and it's been a really consistent one over the past month to month and a half now. Now for Ethereum didn't even break down to its major moving averages. Ethereum fell back to the top of its previous resistance level and then immediately bounced off of here, which is a good sign. And so what we're seeing on kind of the bigger charts is that Bitcoin dominance is falling and Ethereum dominance in correlation to Bitcoin is actually on the rise. Now, Bitcoin dominance has now broken the 200-day moving average for the first time in over a year, while as Ethereum is breaking and closing above the 200-day moving average for the first time in, I think, like 6 months or so. I believe the last time that we saw this was back in June of last year in 2023. And the last time that we consistently saw Ethereum trading over the 200-day moving average was all the way back in January of 2023, which is roughly a year ago as well. So there are lots of positive stuff happening in the crypto space, whether you're looking at the prices or the news. Don't be fooled by the fake outs. There's still going to be a lot of buy the dip opportunities. I know just in the recent kind of pullback that we had, we can go and we can see that Ethereum is already bouncing off of this area. We can go and we can look at things like Celestia that is seriously just hit new all-time highs about 2 days ago. You can go over and you can look at a plethora of these other projects. I know Sui has been really hot. Sui just hit new all-time highs. And there's plenty of other projects that are still consolidating right near their yearly or all-time highs as well. So we're still very optimistic on the future of crypto. I think it's hard not to be. And I don't know if these maneuvers from TradFi and these pullbacks are manipulated. I don't know that. But you can bet yourself that we are still very optimistic on everything that's to come. And I know for myself personally, I am still very much looking at these dips that are happening as buying opportunities, because when we look at everything that is planned for the slate of 2024 and 2025, we're talking a re-election year, we're talking rate cuts, we're talking Ethereum upgrades in Q1, we're talking more ETFs, which are still to come, more inflows for the Bitcoin ETF, we have the Ethereum side of things. There is so much going on, not to even mention the halving, which hasn't even happened yet. There's a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. So that's going to round us up for today's video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. And if you did, all that we ask is that you consider hitting the like and subscribe button. Maybe you check out some of the links in the description down below. Join us for more content over on Altcoin Alert or in Crypt Nation. Both of those are great resources if you want to get more plugged into the crypto space. So thank you all for watching, and we will see all of you in the next video.